China put its military strength on full display this morning. Take a look at these images. This was a massive parade in the heart of Beijing, all to commemorate the end of the Second World War. Chinese President Xi Jinping oversaw these commemorations, and he was joined by more than 25 leaders. In that footage there, you'll see Russia's Vladimir Putin, as well as North Korea's Kim Jong Un. For more on this, let's bring in CBS News foreign correspondent Coren. She is following developments for us from the Chinese capital. Anna, great to see you. So help us understand what we are seeing in this dramatic footage. What's on display and what is the message from the Chinese leader?
Yeah, Errol, it was incredible to be here. Just this show of power and strength on the streets of Beijing. The media had to be there very, very early, like 3:30 this morning. We then had to wait until the parade got underway at 9 a.m. But when President Xi arrived, flanked by Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong Un, there certainly was a chill. He is there to project this image of strength, this image of a man in control, an image of a man who wants to overthrow the status quo and challenge the US-led world order. And seeing that trio on top of Tiananmen Gate was quite extraordinary. Xi addressed the crowd. He then inspected the troops along Chang'an Avenue, and then the latest military hardware was brought out for everyone to see. 50,000 spectators were there, and we are talking about nuclear missiles, hypersonic weapons, drones. The list goes on. And really, as I say, Errol, this was the largest military parade that China has ever held. It was obviously to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II and the surrender of the Japanese. But this was really about Xi Jinping projecting that image and sending that message directly to the United States.
The pageantry, there was some real networking going on. The leaders of Russia and North Korea held bilateral talks there where you are after the parade, and that leads into so many other big international headlines. What can you tell us about their one-on-one?
Yeah, before I get to their bilateral meeting, I should mention that 15 minutes into the meeting, President Trump took to social media. He was clearly watching the parade, and he berated China. He said that American troops actually deserve more credit for China's victory over the Japanese back in World War II. He then went on to accuse China, Russia and North Korea of conspiring against the United States. So it just goes to show that the message that Xi Jinping is sending is obviously getting under President Trump's skin, despite what he is saying. But that bilateral meeting that happened after the parade between Kim Jong Un and Vladimir Putin, these are two countries that have helped each other out enormously. North Korea, as we know, has given thousands of troops to Russia's invasion of Ukraine, something like 13,000 troops. We know that 2,000 have died. And that was an opportunity for Putin to thank Kim personally for the troops' bravery. And Kim responded by saying thank you, that if you need more, I will do that as an act of basically, of brotherhood. So for Kim Jong Un, he really was the wild card in this parade. This is somebody who lives in a hermit kingdom, incredibly reclusive, yet he travelled on his armoured train, stopped at a missiles factory before he crossed over into China, and then he arrived with his daughter, with his wife, with his sister, and his daughter is expected to be his heir apparent. But this is a country that is obviously under heavy sanctions and has been now for decades. So for Kim Jong Un, this really was a moment to shine the sun and to be given that status, if you like, from China and from Russia.
Yeah, quite remarkable. And we were discussing yesterday how that train only moves about 37 miles an hour because it's loaded down with Kim Jong Un's stuff, but making the point he wanted to be there for all that you've just walked through. Coren, great to see you. Thanks so much.